Hey, welcome back to Dukes on Twitch. We're here for round 4 with Legacy Death and Taxes on the draw against Slod. Cool name. Interesting hand. I'm not too sure what to make of it. It's a little bit slow. Doesn't do a whole lot, but okay, so we have removal for creature decks, we have Revoker for anything truly unfair, and Mirran right now is a pretty good beater. So we have Disruption, we have a good clock, we have all the mana we need, which is nice. Probably not a hand that I would keep in a competitive tournament. I think there's just a better 6. And to be fair, leagues are pretty competitive, but I'm going to keep this one and see how it goes. I think we have some really nice draws that we can obviously cast, so even drawing into something like a Thalia would be really nice. Scrubland. Scrubland, it's interesting. Could be Reanimator, so maybe I want to play Karakas here. Maybe I can bait out like an Ashen Rider, which we can Swords, and then just play a second Karakas anyway. Okay, nothing. Interesting. Underground Sea. Baleful Strix. Okay. This could be Esper Vial. I don't want to Swords the Bird yet. I don't... Thankfully Jeff actually took down the challenger last night with Esper Vial, so I'm going to quickly look at his list and see if we can grab some insight into how we should go about wastelanding here. They have a Scrubland and Underground Sea, which this deck does play, of course. Probably one of the few decks that plays both. So going after white does seem pretty good. I don't mind that. The mana is a little bit rough as well when it comes to non-vial starts for Esper Vial, so I don't mind being a little bit aggressive there and not kind of just playing a 2-drop like Revoker, where maybe here we can get some insight into a creature that we can actually name with Revoker. Another Strix. Okay. Thalia. Okay. I don't mind Thalia here. It is a good 2-drop. It lets me save Revoker for now to actually name something that's hopefully relevant in this matchup, because I don't want to name Vial yet. If this game goes long and I draw Vial, I don't want to shut it off myself. But this is obviously the the time where I don't want to have it. Meddling Mage, okay. Could name Thalia and then bounce it. They named Stoneforge Mystic, interesting. I'm going to attack first to see if they Karakas or not. They might want to Karakas in my end step just to make sure that Thalia's not on board during their turn. But it looks like they actually don't care. Happy to go with Mirran here. I could go for a Recruiter, but I like that Mirran keeps off the Meddling Mage, and until I really know what I want with the Recruiter, I think I'll save it for now. This is going to be interesting. Esper Vial, a deck that over the past few months has gotten quite popular. Definitely feels like the better D&T right now. Just so many more angles of attack and so many good creatures. Also, not really a start where I can go for Palace Jailer early on, which is rough, and not really a deck that allows me to take advantage of Palace Jailer because they usually go wide so fast. Unfortunately, these two Thalias are currently dead. Maybe a start is going for... If I go for Recruiter into Mum, that's not the greatest because of Plague Engineer, but maybe I'll just go for Flickerwisp here. I think Flickerwisp is pretty good. Start chaining those. Not the greatest in the face of these Baleful Strixers, which are pretty rough in the air, but hopefully we can start getting somewhere. Another Strix, rough. I do want to keep the swords for as long as I can, so I'm not going to swords the Meddling Mage here. Charming Prince. Okay. What do they target? I kind of have to swords in response. I can't let them get more card advantage. Yeah. Unfortunate, but definitely seems how this matchup does go. Just a little bit too much value from their side in every single creature. That swords isn't really ever going to be just a 1-for-1. Wasteland. Okay, that's a start. I'm going to float white. I'll change phase. And I think here I don't mind just Thalia and tap down Underground Sea. Just keep them off black. Walking Blister is definitely a card that I was considering in my 75, and I think this is a fair matchup where I would like to have it. It's pretty good. Just so much value. I'm a little bit envious here. Double Flickerwisp. Doesn't do a whole lot. I'm going to play the second Karakas, just so I can hold up Port. This is an interesting one. I think it is just another Flickerwisp. I could get another Recruiter if I was afraid of my opponent being able to remove this first Recruiter, which does leave these Flickerwisps to be doing not too much. It's definitely how this this matchup was gonna end, unfortunately. So sideboard's gonna be interesting. I do like Relic-Warder. I do like Paths. Cataclysm is interesting because they do go pretty wide. Maybe I'm okay with that. I'm definitely dropping the 4 Thalias. I still think Prelate's interesting because Prelate for 1 is probably what I want to be doing. But again, a little bit like Grixis Delver, I just don't know if it's worth it because we have so many good 1-drops in removal. I do need to bring 1 card in. I don't believe they use their graveyard at all, other than maybe Soul Keeper? I'm going to find it quickly. Yeah, I don't believe they do. I'm going to play a Cataclysm and see how this goes. Unfortunately, just stuck in that 61 again. But we'd love to play first. Do we get a Vial start? Oh, we do. Okay, we'll keep this. A nice set of creatures as well, which is nice. Their own Vial. Okay, I'm pretty happy to take that with Leonin Relic-Warder. However, I could probably keep it around for 1 more turn and just go with the second Vial here. I don't believe they have any 1-drops anyway. So I'm probably pretty happy with just Vial and hold up swords. Again, not a creature that I really want to be swordsing, so I'd rather keep the swords in case I can get it in response to a trigger targeting it, like if they try to return it with a Teferi or bounce it with a Charming Prince. Definitely tick both of these up. Not really where I want to be, but there's probably no reason not to play this extra one. I could go with Mirran this turn, but I'm pretty happy just to pass with it up and play around some instant speed shenanigans. So upkeep, with the trigger on the stack, we can activate Vial, put in Relic-Warder, and target their Vial. So one thing that I can do here is swords it in response to the trigger to actually take the Vial away completely, but I don't think that's worth it. The 3 Vial starts are not really where I want to be. And these strixes are going to be pretty rough as well, because my opponent will be able to get in for 1. And they have another Vial, okay. So I can take all of these up and then probably just keep them all at their respective numbers. I might want to go 3-3-2 in a little while, but I'll put all these up and then make some decisions coming forward over the next few turns. Port's not the worst. I can keep my opponent off blue. Opponent with 6 cards in hand. Another Vial, okay. That's pretty classic. Holding back, interesting. Well, I'm pretty happy to put in Mirran here because it can't be blocked, but it is open to Swords to Plowshares, which is a little bit rough, but it's gonna be fine. Alright, so this one we do, this one we do, this one we don't. So let's quickly just go yes, no, and this is an interesting one. I think it's gonna be no for now. Alright. So we both actually had 3 Vial starts. That's that is clip worthy. Play Mum. Again, happy to go after the blue. Yeah, Plague's pretty good. Thankfully, we do have the sword, but I wonder if I'm supposed to play around Charming Prince here. Because if we swords the Plague, they can tap Vial and put in Charming Prince. Gonna not play around it. Okay. I'm gonna go yes, no, no. Karakas. I'm gonna keep this in hand because I think it's a lot better in my hand as an unknown with 3 Vials in play than it is just a Karakas on the board. This is an interesting one. There probably is better reasoning than just I want to take them off double blue. So they can like cast 2 blue spells a turn. Like a Ponder into something. Or a Brainstorm into something. Fetchy is interesting. It makes me think they have something like Palace Jailer. Byron. That's pretty good. Especially with, yeah, returning Strixes and then having Vial open. Yeah, this is going to be a bloodbath. Unfortunately, I think we just fall too far behind here. Especially with Vial in 3 as well. Karakas doesn't do a whole lot. Really need to own that. We really needed to own that early to mid game, where we just wanted to draw the 1 Vial and then hope that our opponent drew the 3, because I think those are the games that you win against Esper Vial. You have to get really lucky, and unfortunately that's just not going to happen for us. Yeah, not too much to see here. We're just going to get covered in card advantage here, which is pretty rough. I think we had like an okay hand, but drawing into not too much gas is what kind of let us not get ahead of our opponent before they could set up a board like this, where they can just return Baleful Strix every turn and draw 2 cards a turn, which is pretty classy. But that's all good. We'll see you for round 5. Thanks.